In this video, you are going to write some simple R code. You are going to learn what an R script is, where you can save your code, and you are going to learn what a comment is in R. First, if you remember, you can type code on the left in the console pane. For example, type this code along with me. Open parentheses, hello, comma, world. This might not look like code, but it is. Words are a kind of code called character strings. After you type hello world, press return or enter. You can see that R has run your code. When R runs your code, we say that R has executed your code. Execute is just a different word for when R takes your code and does what you wanted it to do with it. Here you can see in my history pane that I ran the code hello world. And here in the console you can see that hello world returned hello world. Every time you run code, you will get some return value. The console is good for running code in R. But the console is not good for saving your code. In order to save your code, create an R script. Click File, New File, R script. The top left now shows your untitled R script. An R script is an empty text file where you can write R code and save it for later. When you save it, it will be saved with a .r at the end. This will tell R that it can run it. Let's type the same code that we typed earlier in this R script. Hello, comma, world. Now this code is sitting here, but R is not running it. If you press return or enter, nothing happens. That is because we are in a text file now. In order to run the code from an R script, you need to tell R to do it. One way to tell R to run code from an R script, if you are on a Mac, you can hold down Command and press return. See, R has run the code. If you are not on a Mac, you can try Control Enter. If that doesn't work, you can also highlight the code and press Run to run the code. That's great. Now, if I want to save this code, I can press Save and save this file as I would any other type of file. In order to keep your R script organized, you can create headings like this. Start with a pound sign and then type your heading. R script. And then type 1, 2, 3, 4 dashes. As you can see, R script now appears at the bottom as a heading. If I make another one, comments, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, here at the bottom, I've got R script and comments. I can press this button to hide sections of my code. This way, it is easy to stay organized when your R script gets longer. For these videos, in order to follow along, you can create one R script like you have today and make a new heading for every video you watch. The last thing we'll talk about today are comments. Comments are a way to leave notes for yourself or for other people to read your script after you save it. Here I've written the definition of comments that I just said. If I highlight this line and press run, R has not run this code. It appears at the bottom, but as you can see, there is no return value. If I type hello world again here, and then run the code, you can see that the code has run and there is a return value. If I then leave a comment, and I highlight the whole line and press run, you can see that both the code and the comment appear, but only the code has been executed. R knows that this is a comment, and it knows that you are just leaving a note for yourself for later. Comments are good so that when you come back, you understand what your code means. And when other people try to read your code, it is easier for them to understand it.